Shout out to G-Man Boxing. Where's the piss bottle? It's over there.
Alright, yesterday it was announced that Dillian Whyte versus Otto has been pulled. Dillian Whyte citing his shoulder injury. So that fight on October 30th, October 31st, that ain't happening. Now, the card, as it stands, is still going ahead. Chantel Cameron's got a main event. Now, no disrespect to Chantel Cameron or anyone on the card, but even before this, even before, Dillian Whyte, Otto got binned, I'd done a video talking about the card, and actually, funnily enough, in that video, I said I'd be doing my prediction for Wallin versus Dillian Whyte, and I recorded it straight after. It's about 15 minutes long. I was quite pleased with it. Yeah, and well, I never got to upload it because, well, we know what happened. But in terms of the actual card, I said it once, I'll say it again. It's like looking through the menu at a Scottish restaurant. Nothing interesting and nothing you want. That's basically the card in a nutshell. It's not a great card. If I was Eddie Hearn, I don't know how feasible this is, but I'd be trying to move that to the copper box because it's believed, and if you go on the website, well, now it's kind of probably all over the shop, but even before the fight was binned, ticket sales were shown. There was a lot of seats available still, right? So it looks like the O2 wasn't going to be, maxed out. And for them to still do this card at the O2 without a real marquee name, without a real marquee fight, I suspect they might put that shot. If I was Eddie Hearn, I'd be saying copper box maybe move it to there because it's not as big and it's quite close. It's actually quite a nice little venue, the copper box. Maybe move it to there if he wants to persevere, because it's not the first time Dillian Whyte has actually let a show down in the O2. Does anyone remember back to 2017? He was meant to main event. This was a standard Sky show against Marius Vac. Anyone remember that? In, I think, June 2017, that was in the O2. It was meant to be in the O2. He pulled out of that fight. People cited poor ticket sales. Frank Buglioni ended up headlining on a quite card. It was a kind of Saturday fight night card, but it shouldn't have been in the O2. And the O2, it was actually quite sad seeing how few people were there. They pretty much blocked off most of the arena. You could only really see the front. So maybe it's going to be something like that again. In terms of Dillian Whyte, Otto Wallin, I have my suspicions about what's going on there. I suspect that at the time this fight was made, we were all pleasantly surprised. I certainly was. I had Chris Arreola, Jermaine Franklin in my head. Neither fight I was really looking forward to. Neither fight really perked my interest. When this got announced, I was like, wow, really? Otto Wallin? Okay, I'll take it. It's a good fight. It's a competitive fight. Otto Wallin is a good boxer. Very good boxer. And at the time, the WBC situation was kind of not really known. There was that legal thing with Dillian Whyte that was going on. It wasn't exactly clear cut. But then subsequently, I think going into Wilder Fury 3, the WBC pretty much said, and they've gone on to say as well, that pretty much they'll order the mandatory for the heavyweight title. And Mauricio Sullivan has said that he's going to announce all mandatories for all of his major titles in, I think, November, the BBC convention or whatever it's called, conference. So pretty much Dillian Whyte is getting his opportunity against Tyson Fury next. It seems anyway on the surface. So looking at that, right? You look at a fight like Otto Wallin, who's a dangerous fighter. He's fiddly. He definitely, I'm sure, if they'd had a fight, if they'd fought, I wouldn't be surprised if early on in the fight Otto Wallin would have been ahead. So you look at that and you think, is it really worth taking that risk? Maybe if it was Jermaine Franklin, Chris Arreola, would Dillian Whyte feel the need to, cite a shoulder injury? Because if you want to get a fight pushed back these days, no one gets injured anymore. No one uses injuries anymore, I should say. Unless your name is Ryan Garcia, in which case you're always using something to get a fight pushed back. But I reckon Dillian Whyte and his team probably look at this and thinking, you know what? Even if we reschedule this fight, Otto Wallin is dangerous. We're pretty much guaranteed this crack at Tyson Fury. It seems anyway. Why not just go down that road? If it's March or April next year, yeah, it's a year out of the ring, but you're getting your title shot. Dillian Whyte, I've said this once, I'll say it again. Those who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it. Alright, and I think Dillian Whyte has the memories of that Povetkin fight, the first fight, where February 2021 was when his mandatory was set to be called for the WBC, when he was mandatory challenger last year, the summer of last year. Alright? He went into that Povetkin fight thinking, get this out of the way and I get my title shot next. He got knocked out. It offset the mandatory, it pushed it back. He was able to beat Povetkin, but nevertheless, it pushed the mandatory back. I'm sure he's looking at this and thinking, do you know what? Do I need to go in there with Otto Wallin if I have a title shot coming up? If I lose this, yeah, I've got a rematch. But I have to go through that whole rigmarole that I went through with Povetkin again. Do I need to do that? Because all I'm going to do, what happens if the heavyweight division changes? What happens if Fury takes an interim fight in the meantime? Let's just say in a different universe, Dillian Whyte went through Otto Wallin, lost on a close decision, had to rematch Wallin, whilst Tyson Fury maybe decides, I'll take an interim fight, fights Michael Hunter, loses, has to have a rematch. You get how the heavyweight picture can change overnight and things can get pushed back. Maybe Dillian Whyte is looking at this and thinking, I just want my title shot. I've waited long enough at this stage. The hell with the Wallin fight. I'm taking Fury. I'll wait it out until next year, but I'll take this Fury fight because I can see Wallin versus Whyte being binned. I can't see this fight being rescheduled at all. And I think Dillian Whyte and Tyson Fury, likelihood is that's going to be next. And you know, Bob Arum's been saying that's going to happen in the States. I'd like to see it happen in the US, or the UK I should say, because it's a massive fight in the UK. Dillian Whyte is more of a name in the UK than he is in the US. It's a stadium filler in the UK, but I think gate receipts and you know, site fees would probably trump whatever they make in the UK, to be honest with you, in terms of fans. Well, I can see from a financial point of view why they do it in the US, to be fair, but you never know. Stranger things have happened. They might yet get it in the UK, who knows. So that's kind of what I think is happening. Keep my eyes peeled on this WBC announcement at their next conference or whatever it's called, and see what they say about the mandatory situation. I suspect they'll call Dillian Whyte versus Tyson Fury next, amongst other fights, but I reckon that's what's going on here. I reckon that Wallin versus Dillian Whyte is dead, and I reckon Tyson Fury versus Dillian Whyte is going to happen next. In just my opinion, I could be wrong. You know, we've all been wrong at certain times. I'm open to be proven wrong, but I reckon that that's what's going to happen. I reckon that's the likelihood of what's going to happen. In terms of this card that's happening next week, I'll watch Babic. That's about it. No disrespect to Chantel. Maybe I'll watch Chantel Cameron because she is quite fun to watch, to be fair. She's actually... Her and Savannah Marshall are two female fighters I don't mind watching. Chantel Cameron is fun to watch. That's about it. Literally, that's the height of the interest on this card. That's about it. So that's my thoughts on that. Let me know yours in the comment section. What do you think of my kind of ideas on this? Let me know in the comment section. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, if you could, smash the like button. Helps your boy out. For now, lads and lassies, peace.